So we are moving right along to Tuesday's phonics. We're doing PL108, more contractions, and we're using the word have. And so we have the clownfish. So the spiral review says use proofreader marks to insert commas. Now there's three different proofreader marks we have learned, but the only one that we are going to be focusing on right now is what's called the caret. The kids, for some reason, they just love the carrot. I think it's because it's just called a carrot. So anyway, you use this caret to put something that's put something inside a sentence that it's missing. So we have these sentences. The cat meowed, stretched, and walked away. And so I give them a second to think about what is it that is missing from this sentence, and if they think it through, they should say comma. It's missing some commas. And so a quick review, when we are using commas, it's like you're making a list, but this is in a sentence form. So instead of just making our list from like top to bottom, we're writing in a sentence, and so the comma is a way to put a space between each item in the list, okay? So the sentence is, the cat meowed, stretched, and walked away. And so we talk about the different things where we put the comma. So the cat meowed, so basically wherever there's a pause. Okay, the cat meowed, stretched, and then when you see that the word and, it's like a stop sign. No more commas after the word and. Okay. Now, obviously, if you're going to have a list after it, like and, walked away, ran, blah, 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 but normally, grammatically, you would not have any more if it's grammatically correct. So, this and is a stop sign saying no more commas after here. So we put a caret here to show that it's missing a comma, and we put a comma here so that if we were proofreading this and we were rewriting it, the person rewriting it would know the cat meowed, comma, stretched, comma, and walked away. And so so that's that sentence. I'll read the other two sentences and I'll read them twice. Remember, if you need me to pause, if you need to pause the video, you certainly can. We love to jump, run, sing, and play. We love to jump, run, sing, and play. Excuse me. I finished my work, put my stuff away, and lined up. I finished my work, put my stuff away, and lined up. The next one is a review from the last lesson. Write each contraction from the two given words, and you're going to notice this is pretty much like the lesson for today. So it's more of a review today, but we're doing different words using the word have. So quick review. When you have a contraction, you're taking two words, squishing them together, and using an apostrophe to replace some of those letters. So when we have a word and then have, and we're squishing these two words together, you take the first word, instead of writing HA, you're writing an apostrophe VE. So if I have the word I have, it's going to become I've. Okay, so this is for the bottom part. So you have these. Oh, I had them mixed up. Sometimes I get really tired when I put these directions together. It should say, oh no, it says it right. I'm tired now. Write each contraction from the two given words. So you have these two words here, and you're going to make them into a contraction. One word squished together with an apostrophe, replacing some of those letters. So I have. And then you're going to write the contraction. I have. The next one, we have. We have. They have. They have. All right, the next part down here, you're taking these two words, you're taking these contractions, right? Two words from each given contraction. I should just read the directions first. Practice what I preach. I'm going to take the contraction, and I'm going to split that contraction up into the two words. And remember, since you're actually writing the words out, you don't need that apostrophe anymore. So they've. So write down the two words inside of they've. What've. What've. I've. Okay, now on the back, it's a lot like the last lesson, except we have some tougher words with the word have. So we already know that whenever we have a word, okay, with have, okay, I'm going to scooch back a little so it's a little easier to see. I've got a lot on my desk. Okay, so we have a word and the word have, and we're trying to squish it together to make one word. We still have the first word. Instead of writing HA, you write an apostrophe, VE. So could have, okay, you're going to keep the word could, right? You're going to cross out HA. Instead of writing an apostrophe, VE. So it becomes could have. Normally I use the whiteboard at the front of the room, but since I'm doing all these lessons at once, it's just easier to do it here. So it always looks a lot better in front of the classroom. But you use what you got. All right, so next one we have the word might. Okay, so we're going to use might. Instead of writing HA, write an apostrophe, VE, so it becomes might have. Would have. So take the word would. Instead of HA, it's an apostrophe, VE. So it becomes would have. Sorry for squeezing off the side of the whiteboard there. Would have. Okay. All right. So here it says write each contraction from the two given words. So we have should have. So now we need to squish these two words together, right? Use the first word. Instead of writing have, you're going to write apostrophe VE. So should have becomes should have. I'm going to read each one twice. Could have. Could have. Write the contraction here. Would have. Would have. Write the contraction there. Might have. Might have. Must have. Must have. Now we're going to do the opposite, just like the last worksheet. You have the contraction here, and now you're going to split it off into two words. So we have must, right? It's that word before the apostrophe. Have. So you're going to write, so must have becomes must have. And since you're actually writing the words out, you put the spaces between the two words, but you don't need to put an apostrophe there, okay? Might have. Write down the two words inside of might have. Could have. Could have. Should have. Should have. Would have. Would have. And that is Tuesday's Phonics.